everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We, as you know, are not in the school system, and normally today I would probably be at one of my schools preparing for our graduation, but unfortunately that is not the case. So we wanted to continue what we were doing, and we wanted to make sure that our students were aware of what exactly that they needed and how to prepare for their next endeavor. And specifically, I'm talking about our high school seniors. And so we have our wonderful expert, Miss April Terrell, who is now with the Destiny House, and she has been sharing with our students about preparing for college, from high school to college, making sure that they have all their scholarships, their financial aid, what colleges they're going to, and even the hookup with TSU. So if you can join in and welcome me as well, to help acknowledge who we have here is Miss April Terrell.
Hello.
Yes, thank you so much for coming along. We're so excited to have you. Like I said, normally we would be actually in our classroom, probably at Hillcrest or at Fairleigh. So we're going to actually use this advantage for us to give it out to the entire world, which is really good for us. Because not only are we just working with our 24 students at Hillcrest and Fairleigh, but now imagine us really working with over thousands of students who we're able to help. And just to let everybody know, this is not going to be a long session at all. We're going to give us about 30 minutes. I'm actually going to put on our timer just to make sure that we are staying on target, because we don't want to waste anyone's time, because time is valuable. So
yes,
we're going to go ahead and get started. And Miss April, just to give the audience a little bit about you, tell me a little bit about yourself first.
Ooh, the one question a lot of scholarships like to ask. Let's see, just a quick synopsis. Born and raised here in Memphis, the oldest of three, a proud graduate of Hamilton High School, class of 2003, love Hamilton, absolutely. And also a very, very proud alumnus of the illustrious Tennessee State University, where students matter most and excellence is our habit. I have been working with young people since about 2012, and I love it.
Great. You sound so enthusiastic about it, and we love to hear people like that. And we know that our students need to have the same energy when they're presenting themselves to people who are going to provide them with scholarships, as well as entering into schools, colleges, and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and get started and just jump into these different questions. Please feel free to add any information that you would like to put on, as well as anything that maybe I did not ask. Perhaps that you can also provide that information to parents, especially parents, as well as our students.
Okay.
All right. So my first question would be, what is the difference between loans, grants, and scholarships?
Okay. I don't know why my video keeps going out, but we're going to make it work. Okay, so what is the difference between loans, grants, and scholarships? Well, first, loans have to be repaid. They have to be paid back. Once again, loans have to be paid back. Grants and scholarships, on the other hand, do not have to be paid back. Once again, loans have to be paid back. Loans have to be paid back. Grants and scholarships, on the other hand, do not have to be paid back. You have a couple of variety of grants and scholarships. You have those that are merit-based, which means they're based on your academic community service record. And then you have those grants and scholarships that are need-based, which means they're based off your family's income. And once again, loans have to be paid back. So we want the majority, if not all, we want the majority of our college education to be paid with grants and scholarships, because loans have to be paid back.
Oh, well, thank you so much. We definitely understand that loans have to be paid back. As a parent of a freshman, I
Mm-hmm.
definitely understand about that. My child
Mm-hmm.
just got the Parent Loan Plus, and yeah, so they have to be paid back. So make
Have to
sure
be.
that you're trying to get as many scholarships, opportunities, grants possible that you can get before you actually are applying for loans. And sometimes it's no other choices that you may have to do so, but we're trying to avoid all of that. So my
Right.
next question would be, how can a person increase their chances of winning scholarships?
Well, there's a number of things you can do. Just for the initial scholarship search, I got my list here. Had to write my notes down. The first thing a student should do when they are about to start looking up scholarships. Well, let me go back. We love when the colleges and universities we are most interested in offer us academic scholarships, right? That's usually based off our admissions application and transcript and test scores. But that's not the only avenue for colleges. So when we're getting ready to do these scholarship search for these private scholarships, and make ourselves more marketable, there are a few things that you could do. The first thing I would do is I would make a list of what makes me. Okay.
What do you
So
mean by that?
the meaning of what makes me.
Mm-hmm.
So personal interests and passions, your extracurriculars inside school and outside school. And when I say outside of school, something like Girls Inc. or Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, any activities that you participate in on the regular outside of school. I will list any hardships that your family may have had, such as a sick parent or a sibling that has gotten sick, or you yourself faced a hardship during high school unexpectedly, any career interests or goals, your academic accomplishments, your personality traits, you have strong leadership skills, a sense of humor. So anything that makes LaShondra should do a list about it. And then once you do that, do a scholarship search. You have great leadership skills. So do a Google search of those scholarships that's for individuals with strong leadership skills, or scholarships for individuals. You might be a twin. So scholarships for being a twin, scholarships for being left-handed, scholarships for being a first-generation scholarship college student, scholarships for athletes, for anything. So take your list, do a scholarship search. And then, as always, prioritize that list of scholarships once you have found it. Most importantly, start with their deadline. Deadlines. Scholarships have deadlines. Prioritize your scholarship list by the deadline. The deadline.
You keep emphasizing that, and I specifically know why. Students, as well as adults, humans, we procrastinate. We definitely wait till the last minute. And why is that not so important to wait till the last minute? Because sometimes it's that's like our big rush, and we wait till the last minute. We know that we can knock it out. But why at this particular time, especially with scholarships, is that not feasible?
First come, first serve.
Oh.
First come, first serve. Let's see. April 15th is fastly approaching. That is a big scholarship deadline, right? Mm-hmm. But if I wait to April the 10th to submit my scholarship application, I don't know how many students before me have submitted. Okay. And then a lot of times with these scholarship committees, they are set on their scholarship deadline. Now, during this time, during this pandemic that has us all quarantined and in the house, some of these scholarships deadlines are being extended. So make sure to double check the scholarships that you're working on. Make sure that you are paying attention to the deadline.
Okay.
The deadline. And the deadline. And so while you're prioritizing your list, pay attention to their deadline. And then the next thing I want you to do is implement a scholarship schedule. On average, before this pandemic, before this pandemic, I had my students completing at least 2 to 3 scholarship applications a week. Now that they are at home every day and I'm not physically accessible to them, that number has increased.
So
now they're up to,
What is your recommendation now?
Now they're up to about 4 or 5 scholarship applications a week. They at home.
Okay, makes sense.
So those reasons that they would have for, I got football practice, I got track practice, I gotta go to work, they've kind of been eliminated due to current situations in our country. So now that you have this free time, the number of scholarship applications you complete a week should have increased. Okay. Also, the next step, create a scholarship toolbox. So what is that, Ms. Robinson? I will tell you. Have a space where you have your letters of recommendation, your scholarship essays, a copy of your school's information. So the name of the school, the address, the number of your class size, your GPA, your rank, if you are able, your most recent transcript, as well as your personal demographic information and your parents' information. Also try to include a copy of your FAFSA that should be completed at this point, a copy of your parents' tax transcript as well. Those make an excellent scholarship toolbox because 9 times out of 10, this is what scholarship committees are looking for.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then the other thing is doing the optional suggestion that is either on a college application or a scholarship application. If you're wondering what the optional thing is, sometimes on your college admissions applications or that school's scholarship application, it gives you the option to do the optional essay, or it suggests or gives you the option to include recommendations. They might not be required, but if it's optional, right, then I would do that optional essay. I would submit those letters of recommendation. I would do whatever the optional task is. Is it more work? It might be. But could that be the deciding factor between you, student A, or student B? Because the reality is, if student A and student B both have a 3.7 GPA and a 26 ACT, they're both in the top 10% of their class, how do I set student A and student B apart? But see, student A did the essay, student B didn't. So I got a chance to really get to know student A on a deeper level, and it's showing me that student A is serious because they've taken this initiative to do the extra step.
So it sounds like to me that what I was saying for our students is, if you want to stand above the rest, you need to soar high. And you need to do something that's different. So students, I hope you are really hearing this, and parents as well. This is the time where you definitely want to make sure that you're getting your child to be able to soar high and stand above the rest. Because if they can't do it, then there is a problem. You may need to look into that. They may just be lazy. Right. And if they lazy, they don't want to get into college, then college may not be for them. Right. And you would hate to waste your money trying to push them into going to college, and then after the first semester they come home and now your money is down the drain. So parents, really evaluate exactly if your child wants to go to a 4-year college, a 2-year college, a technical school, or even just get a certificate. So this is the time to lay out the groundwork and figure out what is going to be best for them.
Right. And there are two more steps, Ms. Robinson.
Okay.
The next step is to follow the directions of this scholarship to a T. And Ms. Robinson, I know from personal experience.
Yes, I do. I do know.
Follow the directions of the scholarship application to a T. Dot every I, cross every T. Have your parents review the directions themselves. Have them review your scholarship essay and package. Follow the directions to a T. If it says it has to be postmarked, that means it has to be at the post office by a certain date. I would try to get it in before that date. You don't want to take any chances, especially with the state of where everything is right now with this pandemic. And lastly, the good old scholarship essay. Okay, the good old scholarship essay. A lot of times kids think they have to start from scratch. No one ever says start from scratch, right? You could have done a who am I essay for your English class. Use that. It's been graded. It's been edited. Once again, it's been graded. So if you got an A on it, I would start that. And the most important thing is, and I got this from the wonderful Tasha Downey, highlight what your superpower is. What is it that makes LaShondra Robinson LaShondra Robinson? And that goes back to our first step when you created the list of what makes you you. What is your superpower? Okay? Make that your essay. And in the midst of your essay, make it a story because it's your life. It's you, LaShondra Robinson. So tell a story. Don't just give me a straight essay. Make it flow. Make it creative. Tell the story. There was a young lady a few years ago, not here in Memphis, just the article I read. She made her essay about spending her Saturdays in Costco with her mother. Hanging out in Costco with her mother on Saturdays. And she turned that into her college essay and her scholarship essay. So take that one good essay, tweak it, have someone else read it, listen to their suggestions if they have any, but most importantly, turn your essay into a story.
You know what? You can use that same story and that same way of defining who are you in an interview. So that's basically what you're doing. You're using it as an interview for college, but think about it. If they're trying to get a job, a career, you use that same story, who am I, for your interview. So now they're killing two birds with one stone.
Exactly.
Hey, there we go. There we go. All right, we got 14 minutes left. Let me go to my third question.
Okay.
How can the average student find financial aid for college?
Everywhere. I would start with the obvious. Well, school is out for right now. But if school were in, or if you have access to these wonderful individuals, your school counselors, they have access to scholarships on top of scholarships. Your teachers, you could do a simple Google search. One of my favorite websites, period, is jlvcollegecounseling.com. That's jlvcollegecounseling.com. That is an excellent site for all things related to college admissions, scholarships, and everything. The young lady who runs that website, her scholarship directory is like nothing I've ever seen. So you can do a simple Google search. Also, have your parents look into tuition assistance and reimbursement with their jobs and whether or not that benefit extends to you, the student. You could check with your banks, your churches, any civic organization, any major retailers like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, any community organizations. Like here in Memphis, you have the Step Ahead Foundation that has a scholarship for young ladies, the Community Foundation of Memphis. There's money everywhere, but you have to turn over every stone. And if you are a Shelby County School student and you are a senior, you can sign up for a free MyScholarly account through the School Seed Foundation. And this will match you to scholarships. So when you create your profile, the system will match you to scholarships. All you have to do is apply. So once again, if you are a Shelby County School student and you are a senior, head over to the School Seed Foundation website and sign up for your free MyScholarly account. This is a scholarship match service.
Now,
So there's money everywhere.
What if they're not a Shelby County school student? What if they are a private school or a charter school student? Does that still apply?
That I'm not sure of. But even if they are not a SCS student, there's still an abundance of resources out here. You just have to look. JLV College Counseling, unigo.com, dosomething.org for students interested in HBCUs, the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, uncf.org. You can go on bigfuture.college board's website. There is money out here. Check with your parents' job, your churches, civic organizations, your banks, everywhere. Your Greek letter organizations, everywhere. If you have access, if you have your counselor's email or your teacher's email them about any scholarships that they might have heard of. The goal is to take the initiative and advocate for yourself. The colleges you are interested in, look at their alumni associations. There is money out here.
You are giving some great information that I know some of my students have already heard partial of it, but for those who have not, I hope they are really listening to this and getting all the information possible, because the value that you are giving to these students is incredible and it's definitely priceless. So thank you again so much for coming along. I have 2 more questions left. We got 10 minutes remaining. What should students be doing right now during this time? I think you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what should students be doing right now during this time?
Applying to scholarships.
Just constantly applying. You got nothing else
applying
to do, right?
Applying to scholarships. You have nothing but time. And also, if you have not heard back from the colleges that you are interested in, because May 1st is quickly approaching, that is decision day. They are trying to figure some things out, just like we're trying to figure some things out on the local level, but do not hesitate to go on their website and see what their processes are right now in terms of getting in contact with them. Get in contact with them. Let them know this is where I want to be, but I need some money. You might be surprised. They might have extended their scholarship deadlines considering what all has been going on. Some schools are admitting students without ACT and SAT scores because the April test was not. Students weren't able to take the April SAT or ACT. So advocate for yourself. Contact the colleges you're interested in and apply to scholarships. Google search is really that simple. And apply to these scholarships.
Yeah, we're going to have a guest speaker come on next time who's going to talk about advocating for yourself, because transitioning from high school to college is definitely different, and your parents won't be there to advocate for you. So you're going to have to learn how to advocate for yourself, and this is going to be the perfect time to learn that.
Yep. All right. And make yourself marketable.
Definitely making yourself marketable.
Clean up their social media.
Oh, speak on that again.
Clean up your social media.
Because they're looking at it. This is
they're looking
at
nothing
else to do but
nothing else.
Search through your
Everybody's working remotely from home, and shout to those essential workers. We are praying for you.
Yes.
We are supporting you. But for those admission recruiters that are working from home, clean up your social media, young people, and make sure when you're contacting them with professional emails, and clean up your voicemail.
Yes, and
don't email them. Right. Don't email them with dimepiece2020 at Gmail. No, ma'am. No, sir.
Or answer the phone. What's up?
What's up? Who this? Who this? Or send them a text, new number, who this? Or just simple, who this? No, do not do that. You need a professional email and you need a clean voicemail. This is LaShondra Robinson. I'm sorry I'm not able to get your call right now, but if you can leave a name, your number, and a brief message, and I would do my best to get back to you. Thank you.
There we go. Our last question, and I'm going to be able to share some information on this as well. What scholarships are available local, state, and national? We got about 7 minutes left.
All right, locally, students, the Community Foundation of Greater Memphis. Their scholarship portal is currently open. You can complete these scholarships online through their website. You can also upload your documents through their scholarship portal. Also, the Step Ahead Foundation has a scholarship available for the young ladies. On a state and national level, hopefully you all have done your FAFSAs by now, because your FAFSA also serves as the application not only for those federal monies such as work study and the Pell Grant, but also those state monies such as your Hope Lottery, your Hope Aspire, your TSAA award. And nationally, it's money everywhere. It's money everywhere. So just research, kids. Research.
I'm gonna go ahead and share this.
Okay.
This is.
There we go.
This is a great document that April has provided for me and other students, so they can have all the scholarships availability. They can look at who is who, where is what, when is it due, how much, what is the requirements, things
requirement.
Like that. Is there anyone particular that you would like to talk about? This is about.
Scroll back up to the, I want to say the first page.
Okay.
Found it on this. It's on my right side.
Okay.
Okay. Stop scrolling. Okay. Scroll up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Keep going. Stop.
I did stop.
Okay, it kept going. All right, so for those young people that are interested in HBCUs, it's on my right, the Breakfast Club, that is a popular radio show in New York with Charlamagne the God, Angie Yee, I can't think of the third guy's name, but I see his face. Yes, that one right there. It's through the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, but it is sponsored by the Breakfast Club. It does have a deadline of April 13th. Definitely open to those young people that are interested in HBCUs. Hashtag for the love of HBCUs. So definitely that is a great one on a national scale. So once again, you have to make yourself marketable. You have to make them want to give you that money, which this one is up to $5,000. $5,000 is a lot in a private scholarship, and that's just one scholarship. So definitely pay attention to those.
Okay. All right. Now I see there are some that really have, like for those individuals who may have a particular disorder or illness. So for example, like the Sickle Cell Foundation, I saw that one. I saw one on here that was for the fibroids too. So
there's one on there for diabetes as well on the page you just came off of. Not the one with the Breakfast Club, but on that second page. On my right, there's one for the Diabetes Scholars Foundation. That's $5,000. There's another one under there about
this is the diabetes one right here.
There are scholarships in this list for young people who have had bouts with cancer, or their parents may have had some issues with cancer. It's so much money out here. And then on the right side on this page, LaShondra, there's one that I'm seeing. It says the National Association of Negro Business and Professional Women's Clubs. I like those type of scholarships, especially for those young people that are, they know what their major is. Yes, that one right there. So it's definitely a good resource to find those type of organizations. So the African American Accountant Society, or Women Engineers, or Accountants of America. So finding associations like that that's geared towards your major is a really, really great resource, because a lot of times these organizations have scholarships for students with those particular majors. So there's just money out here. You just have to look for it.
And this right here is 18 pages. And I am going to, let's see. That was 18 pages, and I actually created a Google Doc for it, which turned out to be like 28 pages or so. So I have a link that I can send out to people. I can put it on the page as well, so they can go to their Google Doc and actually pull up this information that we just shared on the screen. Now,
and that's just for the month of April, Ms. Robinson.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
That's just the month of April.
Oh wow! So that was probably like 50 scholarships or more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
students, you don't have any excuse. Just go through there. Yes, it's some work, but hey, you got some time to do it. This is what you can be doing to be able to get you started into not having any loans, because loans you got to pay back, and we definitely don't want to do that. So we want to get as many grants and scholarships as possible. And this is the time also that you can be asking for recommendations, because people are remotely being at home. So let's work on that. Well, we got about 1 minute remaining, and you have given us a lot of information again, and within the time frame. So thank you so much for that. So do you have any last words that you would like to give to the students and the parents?
Use this time productive. Find those scholarships, apply to those scholarships, make yourself marketable, clean up their email, clean up their social media, clean up your voicemail. These college admissions recruiters, financial aid counselors, they're all sitting at home. They have nothing but time, but prepare for when all of this is over. Apply. Contact your colleges if you have questions. Apply again for more scholarships, at least 3 to 4 weeks.
And how can they get in contact with you if they have any questions, or can they get in contact with you?
So you can find us on Facebook, The Destiny House, as well as Instagram, The Destiny House. You could call, FaceTime, text me at 901-483-4170.
All right. And you can also get in contact with us as well under U, the letter U, Can of Memphis. And we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's all our social media sites. And again, my name is LaShondra Robinson. I forgot I did not introduce myself. I am the executive director of the wonderful organization called You Can of Memphis, where we are all about leadership development and making sure that our students are aware about bullying prevention. So if you have any questions, any comments, and any concern, please, by all means, reach out to us. Our phone number is 901-262-8642. And that is my time. We've done a good job. So thank you again, April, for coming along. We are so excited to have you. We wish you the best of luck. And as my t-shirt says, something that we made today, it is, you can stay away so we can get healed. And I definitely want to get healed. So I
know. I'm ready for this to be over.
Yes, I'm waiting for all of this to be over. But in the meantime, we want to make sure that we are safe, staying our social distancing, and being definitely taking care of ourselves at this time. So again, thank you so much. Praises to you and your family. And until next time, please join us again. LaShondra Robinson from You Can of Memphis, and we will see you again. Bye.